Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome to my YouTube. Make sure that you're subscribed down here below, hit that bell. Or if you're joining me on my Facebook page, just remember that these videos only last for 30 days through Facebook. I was having some issues this morning, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed. If it doesn't go through, I'm just going to abandon it because I don't know what the problem is with this software that I'm using, but I'm hoping it was the desktop issue that I was having problems with. So let's jump on down there. Whew, we got it there still. All right. So this is card sketch number 277. I'll bring it up closer. Unfortunately, this will be posted at 10:45 this morning on my page and on my group. And then you can also post your samples onto my group that's there as well. I always, when I do the card base, I always give you the finished card base, and then we'll go with this. Now, layer number 1 is this layer here. Layer number 2 is this. This is layer number 3. This is an image, and then there's a sentiment there. So I hope that works out okay. Now we're using an old, one from the catalog. I like to keep going back to the catalog, and I think this is still one of my favorite ones that I've had of all times. The gallery blooms and also the beautiful motifs. I think I'll show you the stamp set that goes with that, and then of course they have dies that go with it as well. I'll see if I'm going to use that. I'm not quite sure if I'll probably use it for the sentiments. All right, so this, let's just get started on this. I think this is going to be kind of a fun one to do. I think that it'll be easy enough, but I want to show you some things. Yeah, we're going to be using this main image here, and we're going to be using some of the dies from the beautiful motifs. All right, so let's get going. Yeah, I'm back to my cloud cover. I love, love, love this color, that and the Secret Sea. So I have some pieces here. Now this is a regular card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then of course we're just going to go in and use our bone folder on there. Remember, if you are joining me, to make sure that you say hello. Now on this is just a scrap piece of paper. I am going to actually take this image here, which is your bigger image from the Gallery Blooms, and I'm going to stamp it. And I've done this a few times before, so I'm stamping it with Secret Sea. Now, you should always, when you're using a photopolymer, you should always use your paper piercing mat below it. I do have padding right here, so I can get away with doing that. Okay. Yeah, it didn't do too badly. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do easy coloring with this, and I'm going to take a blender pen, and all you do is you just take this pen, and it looks like there's color on it. Don't worry about that. What you want to do is, I just want to bring up pull some of this color just to give some color to this flower. And it just gives kind of an easy way to color it, and you pull out that color. Now this works really well with darker colors, obviously, but also if you don't have all the ink pads, what you can do is you can use this to bring in some color from your ink pads. So we'll just quickly do this. And we have to figure out what kind of a saying that we want to have on here. Okay, so see, if you look at it, it's bringing some color. And then you just have to take this and just rub and clean that off. Now I am going to actually, we're just going to close this up. I'm going to take my die, and let's go ahead and cut this out with the mini cut and emboss machine. Oopsies. Okay. Okay, and always when I use this machine, I use the gray one. I find it just works better that way. So I'm just bringing this onto here. And I'm just going to use some Post-it note tape. And we'll just run that through. And just move that out of the way for now. I'll just put that back in the color. All right, now what I need to do is I need to pick an image, and I think I'm going to take this image, and it doesn't look like it's been cleaned. Yikes. I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to come in with my baby whites here. We'll just clean that off, because I don't really want that color on there, so... Oops, not that one either. Let me just get this cleaned off. Come in with another block. That one didn't quite work right. So I want to make sure it's good and clean, because I'm going to be using Versamark is actually what I'm using with this particular block or one. Now if you find your stuff doesn't stick, the best way to do it is to run it under water. Remember to plug your hole though. Alright, so we have this, and now what we're going to do is we're going to use Versamark, and what I want to do is I just want to get some light images on the back of this. Oops. So that's going to give a watermark. Now I could have used the cloud cover as well, but using the cloud cover would have I'd have to use a small spot, right? So this works almost better. Now I'm just randomly stamping this, and I'm making sure that I'm turning it. Hello, Amanda, and hello, Andrea. Hello, Anna from Nova Scotia. You know, I always, hopefully it's warm there. It's kind of cool here, but no snow, so we're laughing with no snow, I think, anyways. All right, so we're just gonna come put this maybe down like this. And one right about there. Okay, we're going to have to decide what kind of a sentiment we want on here. All right, so remember that this is the sketch. So I went and I picked, and this Peaceful Gardens Designer Series paper is a real hidden gem. because it has some excellent background papers, the opposite side papers that don't have the doves. Just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to put my 1-inch strip down there. I'll come in with my seal. Let's put that right about there. So that's the first layer. And the second layer is this 3/4 inch, and I used the cloud cover one there. I might be regretting doing this right now. All right, so it's just going to go like that. Now this has like a label on there, and I thought this label was a little too big for this, so I decided to use this other label behind. We're going to come in and we're actually going to put this right about here. And I want to play with this to see how this would work. I actually went and took this die cut from the beautiful motifs. I didn't clean it out. Get this. Let's see. Okay. There we go. We're just going to kind of put this behind here. Yep, that'll work. All right. So I'm just going to actually put this down. This is like a label. I gave a measurement for a label, but you could use any sort of label. Like this. Now when we put this here, and this in here, I want to put this label, and these are from the traditional labels. I just want to go ahead and put that here. So it's kind of just, yeah. So I'll just go ahead and put some glue on here. I didn't get all of those off, but I'm okay not having all of them off. Yeah, Sharon, this cloud cover is so nice with the Secret Sea. When it first came out, I wasn't too sure. I'm always that way with new colors. Kind of want this a little bit loose. Let's just put this like this. There we go. And then we can put this here. So that's kind of just sort of sticking out. So I'm actually going to put that on with dimensionals. And oh my goodness. Here we go. Let's go ahead. Who goes back to the annual catalog? It's a good idea to keep going back there. We have it all year long, so we do tend to forget about it, that's for sure. Okay, that's not a lot on there, but I think that'll be enough. Okay, there. And then we have this, which I'm actually going to, I might even bring up here a bit. That's kind of where that is. So I'm going to cut off this little tag here. Yeah. Okay. Now, on the beautiful motifs, it has some really great sentiments on it. Let's do one that says celebrate. I haven't done one that's used as celebrate that I could use for a lot. It's a pretty big label for this celebrate, but I must have been in a hurry when I put these stamp sets away, because this is terrible that my stamps are so dirty, and it's always Secret C. So that's not good. Oh, no, that was not. But that's going to look nice in there, I think. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come in with my embossing buddy. We have the word celebrate. I'm going to bring it up just a bit. And then I have this little stamp here, and just want to bring this across the bottom, and that'll give kind of a bit of decoration on the bottom of that. There we go, and then we'll just heat set that. So let's just bring that out. And just heat set that. Have I abandoned making Christmas cards? I was going to make one today, and I thought people might be getting upset with so many Christmas cards. I'll probably make one on Monday, or do a Christmas thing on Monday. No, I haven't abandoned making Christmas cards. I like Christmas cards. I could make them all year long. I think they're the most inspirational, I find. See how that's going to go just right there. Let's put that on with dimensionals. Probably should use the dark dimensionals. On there. There we go. Oh, shoot. Got that when it was still, you know what, we'll be okay with that. That kind of looks like the splattering. And then let's come in with our in colored dots, and I think we'll use the Secret C on these ones. There. You know, to make that so it looks more like splots, I could come in with my white and do that. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Now let's go and put maybe this one on the inside. We'll go in with our Secret C. And just put this down in the corner. Did I sign up for On Stage? Yes. Myself, Amanda, and Lorraine are going to Cologne. We're just finalizing our travel arrangements now. Just deciding where we want to go and where we want to end up. So yeah, there's the card sketch. Hope you like that one. There we go there. And there's the card sketch number 277. So if you like that, give me the thumbs up. Please share my video. I really do appreciate it when you do that. Remember, if you're not subscribed, subscribe down below. And I should be back on Monday, as long as everything goes well. Health issues are still kind of iffy at this point, but anyways, I hope to be back at noon on Monday, noon Pacific time, with a 3D card or a 3D item or a fanciful card. All right, you guys, remember to create because it's great for the soul. And we will see you on Monday. And I believe I will be here for Sip and Stamp. If I've got some people there, come and join me. All right, you guys, take care. Bye for now.